Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversations. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
What about now? Well, what in the world? You know what? That's why I don't be unplugging shit. I'm serious. When I had to take my stuff upstairs for quarantine, I took pictures. You know, it's like your parking space. These are the two things I cannot stand. Unplugging my stuff because I take pictures so I can put it back the way it was. It never works. And parking structures where I don't care if it's E7 and I take pictures of everything, all the landmarks, everything. Still, why I got to walk up and down all around for like an hour sometimes looking for my car. I don't know what it is. I have no sense of direction. Anyway, I don't even remember what I said. I know I said I was happy. I was excited. I'm glad to be here. But all my stuff got unplugged and it just changes every time I go and come in. It's weird. I need to have my kid come back over, my tech kid. Darius, I'm willing him to call me today. And I'm headed to Michigan after we wrap the show today. I like to go visit my birth mom's grave every year, Lucille. And my brother Charles is there too. And I go and I put stuff on there and we just talk and have a good time together. And so I'm excited because I get to take my little diploma and show her. And I'll tell you something. I just recently learned, and it's like people that we've lost, right? And, you know, because I know people that don't ever go visit their loved ones. And that's a choice. That's a choice. But I just never would have expected that my relationship, like with my brother and my mother, is just as strong, if not even stronger, if that makes any sense. Even now, I mean, now that they're not here on this plane, it's just a wonderful thing. I'm just telling you. It's never about one thing, so I'm not going to be all sad and this and the other. I go because Brian asked me today, what's it like? Is it all sad when you go? Tell your mom I said hi. And I said, no, it's not sad at all. It's like really being able to sit there and thank the people that I love the most for all that they're doing on my behalf, even now. So that's how I feel about it. There's the bell of purpose. And I ring it when there's some truth out there. And right now, I'm feeling the truth. How about you? Put it in the comments. So here we are. Say good morning to my sidekick, Miss Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo. And you guys get ready. The experts are coming in minus Tim because he's not feeling well today. We were together Monday out at South Lambton College Preparatory School. The Hype Squad joined me out there to kick off freshman orientation week, and we had a great time. Tim was feeling a little subpar at that point, but he's just still resting up. So we'll see him next month. Sending light and love to you, healing everything, Tim. We miss you. So as we bring in our three experts, which are all here today, the Oracle of Apollo, Dominique Rivera. Also, we have Radicalist. She's added a new moniker to her plethora of references. Badass Radicalist. Show titty all day long. Jamie, she sure will get to her page off. If anybody's craving some breasts, fix the breast. Head on over to her. She gonna make sure you get right. And then we have Tracy Randolph, the reset coach. And so you guys put your hearts into this illuminated conversation. Today, I'm kicking things off with all of our experts with this little ditty. We're going to start things off today, and you get ready too, because we want you involved. We're going to talk about dormant talents. Let that hang out there. Dormant talents. You got something hanging somewhere in between the cushions of your life. Perhaps you've thrown it in a junk drawer. Well, we're going to talk about those talents that you're neglecting and how to get back in touch with them. Here they come. All three of today's experts. Heidi ho.
Hey.
Hi. I thought you were frozen for a second, Oracle. That was Hey, has anyone ever done that? Like on a Zoom call, I used to do it during COVID. Be like 30 people on screen. And then and then they start going, oh, look, he froze. And I was so funny. It's so funny. Try it. You might like it. Welcome back, experts. Minus Tim, Oracle of Apollo, Jamie, Tracy, welcome back. Let's start at the top with Oracle. Just say hello. Tell people who may not know who you are. I don't know how that could be. And then give us a little recap on what's been going on in your life since last month.
Hey everybody, I'm the Oracle of Apollo, Dominique Rivera. I am a trance medium, Reiki master teacher, integrated energy therapy master teacher, and spiritual advisor. I am in the midst of transitioning. I'm officially leaving the 26th. I know I was supposed to leave last week, but leaving the 26th to Texas. Gonna go learn about plant medicines, hang out with an Apache tribe. And I'm here all about things wholesome, holistic, wellness, and doing the thing out here, doing the thing. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. Welcome back. Brian was just asking me last night if you had moved yet.
Next week.
That's
Next
Ricola,
week.
y'all. I'm eating a Ricola. So you're not in your usual space right now.
I'm still in my usual space until next week. The 26th is when I'm headed out.
Okay.
Oh, because I'm on the camera. I unplugged everything already. Everything's packed up. I'm on my phone, I mean.
All right. A lot of transitioning going on in the world today. And right here with experts. Jamie, you've added radical. What's been going on?
I'm so radical. I love it. I've just been shedding more fear and releasing more trauma and healing. And I realized
something. All right. It's starting with T. Never mind.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
I want to hear it.
I said you were releasing something the other. Man, that whole pocket was out there.
I know. We went to a toga party. Eric and I go out every Saturday night, and it's usually a dress-up thing. So, I gotta do my part. And
yes, you did your part.
It's always fun, right? Like you gotta have fun out there. So,
on a serious note, Jamie, you've been doing some deep dive work. Talk about it for a second.
Okay, so what I realized in my trauma, trauma lives in our body as long as we allow it to. And I realized that something was going on in April, and then May, something hit me weird. And I'm like, hold on. I have trauma in May. What happened in May years ago that happened to me? And I just went through the years, and I was like, something I never dealt with during my birth with Brandon, my boo. And anyway, so I had to get through that. The doctor just did some things. He swept my membranes without my permission. He assaulted me without my permission. And he induced my labor. And I wanted to have a real birth, a true birth, all the way whenever my boo was ready, and have a lotus birth, when the placenta's born with the baby and everything.
Okay.
Anyway, all right. So the doctor, I had trauma. He assaulted me. And I didn't want my labor induced. He didn't have my permission, and I had to deal with that. And let me tell you something that I dealt with it. I used to cry. This has been going on for 10 years. So that was trauma from 10 years ago to now. And it just came out, and Eric and I just got closer somehow. We went through something as well. And it's just, I released so much, and it was real healing for me. So
congratulations. That's
Thank you.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Oh. We'll have to get more of that out of there. And welcome back. Good to see how much you can do in such a short amount of time, i.e., 1 month.
Yeah.
And what about you, Miss Tracy Randolph, the Reset Coach and host of 2 shows right here on the E360 Network, Fem Talk, and also the Whole Living Show. So how you been, Tracy? What's going on?
Oh, I'm good. Okay, so I went to a retreat with Women Empowered International, and like Jamie had to release a whole lot there. It was super spiritual. So a lot came out for all of us that attended. So that was exciting. And then next weekend, I am speaking at an event in Florida, so I'm excited about that, and working with you, Coach, on that one. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to just what's going to come from that. And I don't mean, like money or anything like that. I'm just talking about just, revelations and empowerment and just connecting with people. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
I'm really excited about congratulations on the speaking engagement.
Yes, Tracy.
Yeah, and there's a lot going on with you rock stars. Those are people, for those of you who don't know, that actively are coaching with me. Actually, all three on the street here are rock
Mhm.
stars. And once a rock star, always a rock star. So Tucker Bearden is heading off. You guys send him lots of light, love, and support. He's headed off tomorrow, I think, California. He's speaking. And then Micheline, the newest rock star, Missy, she's still moving. She's a month out, a month and a half out from her big event here in Chicago at the Stan Mansion. Tracy, you're headed out this week, like you just said, this weekend, right?
Yes,
Okay, to
yes.
Florida.
This week.
So yeah, and all the rock stars, just like you all, and that includes you guys are rock stars too, whether you know it or not. Um, keep those things in front of you that make you know for a fact you must get up today and be the very best version of yourself. So keep things in front of you that have dates on them. You know, I say that all the time, and I think you all know it's so much better all the way around when we have dates moving towards us. It helps us get through things otherwise we would never think we could. But when it's April 28th or July 19th or whatever that date that's moving closer every day is, it's great. It's better than working and saying, oh, I'm doing this for some day or one day. No, it's on no calendar. Pick a date that's on a calendar and watch what it does in your life. That's fine. So, dormant talents. We're going to go do a little bit of that, I think, up until at least the bottom of the hour. Then when we come back from the commercial break, we can go in and you can each do your little segments. And I know everybody wants to hear from the Oracle. She's probably got some angel numbers, some readings for certain some of us who are here today. Oftentimes,
I do. I feel it already.
oh, she can feel it already. Anybody out there you want to holla at real quick?
Somebody's holding like an immense amount of grief right now. So I'm just gonna put that out there until somebody recognizes that that's them, and then let us know that it's you. Because I can feel it. I'm just like about to start bawling. I'm like, whoo, somebody's heavy.
Oh,
today.
really?
Mhm.
Okay, somebody's holding on to some grief out there. Well, just to crack the ice or the eggshell, if we could, with all of you out there. Good morning, James Cooley. Oh wow. Oh, Carrie Irene is here. Brandy Johnson. Oh, Carrie Murray Beavers. Hi.
Yeah.
Yay, Carrie's running for Miss. What is that? She's running for
Miss Military.
Miss Military. Yeah, we want to support her.
Yeah, they're gonna have a fashion show like an hour for me or 30 minutes for me here later on in October. So I'm excited about that.
Oh, you got to. Well, boy, I didn't know. See how busy everybody is. Don't you love it? Robert Brooker, Sherry McQueen. Okay, yep, I see where you guys were saying. I can't hear you. You can hear me now, though. Can you hear me now? Oh boy, and who's that? And Angelo, Adrian. I love that name. Destiny, Figgis. I love that name. I love all of you. Listen, welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moment. So glad you're here. So, ladies, who wants to sound off first? And that includes you all out there. Drop your comments in. I want to know how you feel about dormant talents. Is it something that a lot of us take for granted, talents, and we just bury them somewhere and don't do anything with them? There's a story in the Bible about the talents. So, you know, it's there to let you know how important it is not to just let your shit grow cold. You know, right, you know, don't let it get stale. And I'm a firm believer in it because I personally believe that our greatest content and our greatest opportunities to be of service to this world are found in the life we are currently living or that life we have just most recently lived. Now, what I mean by that is I like to treat what I pass through the window to the world every day. Pick up table 6, you know, they come up, right? I treat it like the produce in the grocery store. As soon as you walk in the door, there's the produce. Because they want you to see their freshest first. And that's what I think we should all do. Serve the world our freshest first. So treat it like manna. Don't save it up. You know, give it out. Give it out. Give it out. Who wants to start today?
I can start with this. This is a topic near and dear to me because literally, as a spiritual advisor, Reiki teacher, master, and IT master teacher, I'm always teaching about your dormant talents. So this makes perfect sense. Okay. Interestingly, as we talked about the grief thing, and somebody was out there with the grief, you said Angelo Adrian, and I know 1000% for a fact that this is his grief that I'm feeling very heavily on the screen today because, as you said, the things that are the most recent. So shout out to Angelo, who was actually used to be a volunteer at my center, Health Awareness Center, and my best friend. His brother passed away Sunday, so he came through. This is based on the dormant talents. He came through spiritually to me, even though I only ever met him one time. And he exposed some things that I would have never known about him to his girlfriend, whom I've never met. And basically, he came through and said that he wasn't afraid. He was underwhelmed by his transition. Not everybody's actually afraid when they transition. Some people just go, well, is that it? And to validate who he was, he showed me this necklace, a silver necklace with teeth on it. And I told his girlfriend through a text message, whom I never met, he's showing me this very weird, odd symbolism. And she goes, teeth necklace. And then she sends me a photo. She was wearing the teeth necklace in her photo. So he was wearing her necklace to show that it was him.
Right.
But dormant talents are things that I believe, depending what you just subscribe to, that we bring from different lifetimes of our incarnations. These are soul memories, soul fragments that we're bringing forward. And as we're healing through this process of learning in the physical 3D environment, we're actually unveiling these gifts. I just had a student of mine reach out a few days ago. She goes, oh my goodness, I can see through somebody else's eyes. I've never experienced this before, although she's been reading tarot for years. And this happened because she just got divorced from somebody that she was with for 10 years. So that means he was strangling, or he was creating trauma in her life that didn't allow her to mend the wound that was consistently festering through the patterning of that relationship. But the healing of that wound allowed her to unveil this new gift of sight. So I do believe as we heal, gifts of sight, gifts of gut instincts, gifts of knowing, all these gifts are presented to us, and then we can do with them. We can choose them in return, as you like to say. If it's choosing you, do you choose it in return? So that's what I have for that.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Tracy, how about you? You're awfully quiet.
Yeah. That's because I was so engrossed in Dominique.
I know.
You can't help it.
You can't.
But
Dominique's the real deal.
Yeah, I know that. I know that.
Yes, she is.
Right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So dormant talents. What do you feel?
So of course I'm gonna take it from a different perspective, of course, because when I think about it, I think about just what happens in society normally when people allow their talents to be dormant, when it comes to just living a life of, again, expectation around, what other people think they should be doing in their lives, what society says we should be doing in our lives. And if you had a dream or a talent that you wanted to fulfill and live out, and then you started living based on what somebody else told you should be or should do, then those talents are dormant. So I just wanted to take from that side of things, because that was me for a very long time. But I didn't even think about it the way Dominique said it, of course, about the past traumas and the talents that are dormant through like a lot of past trauma and history. So just appreciated that. That's why I was so engrossed in her conversation.
Right. Well, so Tracy, let me ask you this, kind of chop it up a little bit. How do you personally identify something that's dormant as a talent? Because it seems like to me, when I think about that, each word individually and then collectively, dormant, and then talent, dormant, it's like when something is sleeping or just needs to be activated. Oh, you're the reset coach. I get the connection.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, how do you think how do we look at it and say, no, there's a talent that I'm not doing anything with? If you haven't used it, isn't it going to be difficult to understand its full potential? Or is there some innate part? Ooh, I see the Oracle shaker. Yeah. Run with that one.
Yeah. Well, I definitely
there, but you get what I mean.
I definitely think there's an innate part, which is a word that I love to use, innate, like your innate power or your just innate gifts. So it's something that's internal. It's something that has been living and breathing through you, or maybe not breathing so much through you, but definitely living through you, that maybe comes up, maybe in a vision, in a dream, in just a thought about your past. It's something that you could have either been doing in your past or just something that was just living inside of you that you wanted to do that you never did.
You know, it's interesting, Tracy. I like the way you word that because I think recently I told Lauren in one of our last calls that I know that a dormant skill of my own is actually going to be opening soon in the very near future because I had a vision and they said what you've done in the past you will do again. Mm-hmm. And I like that you said about the past because I'm going to relate it to something more tactile like this lifetime. I like for people to point to their childhood and notice what were you bullied about when you were younger? Because somewhere within that, there is that skill is in there. For some people, it's, oh, you're a know-it-all. Oh, you talk too much. And then you wind up being a public speaker. Why you sing? I hate the way you sing. Then they wind up becoming a singer. Typically, if you were bullied about something that made you unique and outstanding, that winds up becoming like the superpower, one of those gifts as you get older.
Ah, I love that.
I believe it.
Yeah, me too.
Excuse me. And I want to say this. Because it's a big symbol in my world. But I was always shown those gifts like inside of a cocoon or a chrysalis. And because they always, you wait for it to come out and it turns into this beautiful butterfly, that whole thing. And that's how I've always looked at talents, urges, intrigue. All those, because those talents always had a pull. There was something about it, a siren's song, if you will, that just kept reaching for me until I decided or grew into the me that was ready to reach back in return. So let's go to Jamie. Jamie, how's it feel in your world when you hear the term dormant talents? What's that mean to you?
Well, I can relate a lot to what Oracle and Tracy said. I've had a lot of similar conversations with Eric, but one of the feminine needs that I pointed out in my manifesto is oneness. And part of oneness is be open to the fact that, look, we have a lot of DNA in us. And the one reason I do believe in reincarnation is because of all our DNA that goes back so far, and when we're able to connect with our raw primal ancestry within us and connect with the earth, Mother Earth, like I said, in oneness.
Oh, no.
Well,
a little bit about it. That?
I want to get that.
Huh?
Nothing. You froze. It was a good one, too. You almost made the cover of my tabletop book, Frozen.
Oh, when you're able to connect with Mother Earth, I think you're able to connect with yourself, which means you need to be open to shed that trauma, go through your trauma, which I have everything written out and something else. Oh, I got shit coming, shameless plug. But anyway, your dormant talents are going to lay there until you're able to recognize yourself, know who you are. And I was just saying to Eric yesterday, Oracle, I'm the same little girl I was. I'm a feminist. I love neon pink thrown at the wall haphazardly. I love being a performer. I love fashion. Everything I was as a little girl, I am now. We forgot who we were. We don't realize it till we're older. So once you're able to shed those, create oneness within your life, know who you are, shed that trauma, you're going to start recognizing shit like, oh, you also have to be able to adapt. I'm a Gen Xer. I'm not a digital girl from a digital world. I'm a material girl from a material world. I don't know this shit. So for me, when I see
dang, I'm just keeping my phone.
That's a good
people
one.
making money off something, I'm like, something else for me. So the more you learn, the more you talk, the more you read, the more you connect with yourself and Mother Earth, you're going to see your dormant talents. You're going to realize and then actualize who you are.
Okay, I got a question. Oh, okay. Rally up, feminists. Come on, man. They're like, man, you got them going. Okay, good. Yeah, I felt a little tinge in there myself. So.
Down there in your swimsuit parts.
Oh my God, no, girl. Okay, yeah. Okay. I can own mine. So
you make me take off my robe here.
Exactly. Okay. So listen. Oh, Destiny said, preach, Jamie. Preach.
Thank you, Destiny.
Uh-huh. So I want to, let me see how we do it on time. Okay, perfect. Listen, we're going to run out for a minute just to pay a bill or two. And when we come back, I want to give each of you a chance to bring what you want to bring today with your own segment. So get that ready. When we come back, we're going to kick things off with Tracy. So you guys out there, stay put. We'll be back in what? How long?
10
minute?
seconds.
No, that's too soon. We'll be back.
2 minutes.
We'll
She
be
needs
back.
to pee.
We'll be back in less than 2 minutes. How's that?
Hello, hello, hello. I have a question for you. Have you ever felt completely lost? You know, seeking purposeful direction that could and should propel your mission within your divine journey to that next level, but still it hasn't happened. Well, my name is Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the founder of P3, the Journey Series. People come to me because they're wounded. Many are scared, and even there are those who are bruised simply because they feel that they are increasingly, for whatever reason, losing their ability to dream. Now, this P3 program is not for a person who's just looking to start a business, no, but rather for those of you out there who have been on your journey and you've been navigating within your divine purpose, but you still desire to elevate to that level that you have not reached yet. If this is appealing, if this describes you, then I want to have a chat with you. I want to hear your story. So use the link below to get registered for your free seat at P3, the Journey Series. And let's get started, one story at a time. I'll see you inside. Click the link.
I never wanna leave. Yeah, I'm right where I wanna be. We got something you and me, and I can't get rid of this feeling. Just like a magnet, we're just like a magnet. The things we have can be taken for granted. Now I know that it has always been you. I can't help it, I'm so drawn to you. Just like a magnet, we're just like a magnet. The things we have can be taken for granted. Now I know that it has always been you. I can't help it, I'm so drawn to you. Hey, I'm so drawn to you. I'm so drawn to you. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, welcome back to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm Lauren Michaels Harris, one of the four people here today because we've got three experts in the house. Before I bring the ladies back, I wanted to just say, if you're looking for a small shift that can create a big change in your life, maybe consider this. I did. I ditched the Diet Coke and traded it out for this. Traded up, if you will. V8. Why? 60 calories in every can. That's never a bad deal. 2.5 servings of pure vegetable juice from concentrate in every one of these. Easy to find. Head down the juice aisle at your local grocer and pop the top. Don't wait until it's too late. Say, I had my V8. There you go. I'm going to stick with it. I love it. And here they are. So we're going to start. Who wants to start today?
You said Tracy.
Yeah.
Go this way. Where are you going that way?
Oh, she's that way on my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can have like
the StreamYard backwards thing.
You know, I know when I was quarantining, I watched a lot of Brady Bunch, a lot of it. And I just was so enthralled watching how when they were lined up in the box, the way they'd be looking down there. That's not as easy as you think. See, and the way see how you want to I can't. Remember how they would like look at each other?
Yeah.
That was so cool. Anyway,
Oracle, yeah.
you can do it. Okay, there you go. So we're gonna start with Tracy. The rest of us are gonna dip out. Tracy, the floor is all yours. What you got?
All right. Hello, everybody out there in Bathrobe Moments world. I just want to talk to you about getting started. Now, this could be for anything in your life. We were just talking about dormant talents. So if you find that there's a talent that has arisen and you want to get started on it, if it's you want to kick in with that wellness piece and you want to start exercising and eating healthy, if it's you want to write that book, you want to start that business, whatever it is, I want to talk to you about getting started. So I want you to start with where you are and just being realistic about who you are first. And the reason why I'm saying this is because you have to know yourself and know like what you've put limitations on, number one, so that you can break through them, overcome them, and start to do everything that it is that you need to do. So I want you to recognize who you are and be realistic with yourself. Don't think about who you are in something that you've done prior to now. Think about who you are right now. Think about the things that you have allowed to stop you from moving forward. Think about how you actually operate even. If you're a person, say for instance, if you're a person that, can drop things, go cold turkey. I'm going to talk about the health piece of it, right? And you need to start eating healthy. And you want to start eating vegetables and you're saying, I'm going to give up the donuts and the cookies. If you're a cold turkey person, you need to just drop that right away. But if you know that that's not your personality, that's not who you are, then you need to set up a plan where you can start to do that slowly. So in order for you to do the things that you need to do to move forward, you need to be realistic with yourself and know exactly who you are and how you operate. And then the other thing that I want you to do is recognize that everything that you do in your life is a choice made by you. Shameless plug here. If you want to know more about choice, you're going to have to go over to the Unleash the Boss conference and hear me talk about choice in that conference. But I just want you to recognize, right? I just want you to recognize that you do have the power. We were talking about innate power earlier. You do have the innate power and the power of choice to be able to change the things that you want to change in your life right now, today. And then when you're getting started, once you know yourself, once you know how you operate, once you understand that you have the power of choice and you have the innate power to do exactly what you want to do, I want you to make sure that you get the help that you need. Engage someone like my amazing coach that just came back on the screen. Engage someone that can actually help you get there. Okay. And then stop the excuses and take action and just do it. And that's really what I want to talk about.
That's exactly right. Thank you so much for that, Tracy. And I know a lot of us think automatically we assume that we understand what Tracy was talking about as far as choice. Well, I want you to remember this: choice is one half of a duo. Decision and choice are two different things. For instance, we're at a fork in the road. The choice is to the left or to the right. The decision is which direction you picked.
Absolutely.
So you have to decide. So don't forget that, you guys. Choice and decision, they go hand in hand, right? Tracy, awesome. Thank you so much for that. And we're going to get Jamie Lane, swap it out. Jamie, take a few minutes and bring whatever you feel you need to bring today.
All right.
People, won't you please?
Thank you. Hello, everyone. So focus in my life right now is trauma, releasing the trauma. I fully feel wholeheartedly 100% everything in our life that blocks us from moving forward is that trauma. We don't even realize we've been living in trauma for decades, or we do, and we don't even know how to get out there. So I'm going to list the steps of self-trauma discovery, and that can go over some to give you some tips on how you can help yourself and what you can do right now, today, and make a decision, a choice to decide if this is what you want to do. And I want you to think about this, not to get morbid. On Earth, in this vessel, is short. It goes by quick. Do you want to live in your trauma one more day, 6 more months? What if you aren't here? What if you spent all your time in your trauma and then you didn't live life? So let's get busy living. Here we go. So the steps of self-trauma discovery. Self-awareness. First step. You have got to become self-aware. Jamie, how do I become self-aware? It's going to get harder. You need to look at yourself. honestly, truthfully, with transparency. You're not perfect. We have flaws, okay? We are annoying people. I am, as much as I hate to admit it. I have an ego that gets in the way sometimes, and I have to be able to recognize that. I have to be aware, and the only way I could do that is if I'm truthful and transparent with myself. You have to do that, or you will not go. That's the first step. Become aware of who you are, okay? Then acceptance, right? You're like, oh my gosh, what kind of person am I? It's okay. It's okay. We're all odd, awkward. Because we all have unique DNA and ancestry, right? We all have things that we aren't proud of that we did, and that's okay. Do not beat yourself up over the things that you didn't know. You made a decision and did what you did and lived your life with the information you had at that time. But guess what? Hi, you have new information today. Neural pathways are created. So self-awareness, self-acceptance. The next one, self-love. After you become aware, you're getting to know yourself. You're accepting yourself. Now you're like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm weird. I'm quirky. I like to show my boobies. I'm okay with that. That's right. The power of you. Oh! And then self-love. You're going to start really loving yourself. And you're going, oh my gosh. And then you're going to be able to self-motivate, right? You're going to be able to be like, okay, well, I can do this. I'm able to do this. I realize who I am now. Boom, boom, boom. Then you're be able to take care about things. You're going to look at things differently. You don't want to live in trauma, right? You're learning yourself, which means how you respond to things. This is not about anyone else. And that's the biggest thing. Stop worrying about what other people do. I did this the other day and I'm like, Jamie, what are you doing? It has nothing to do with what they did. It has nothing to do with their bullshit, grimy, nasty crap that they try to do. It has to do with me. How do I respond? How do I feel? Why do I feel that way? How am I going to respond the next time? That's it right there. You have to be able to be transparent. I let my ego get in the way. I did some things I wasn't proud of that was emotionally immature and it wasn't emotionally intelligent. Not proud of it. All right. I recognize it. I'm self-aware and now I'm changing. See how that goes? You have to be truthful. After the self-care comes the confidence. You're like, fuck yes. Look at this, I transformed my mind, which transformed my body radically. Radical transformation to turn your trauma into your power. And the last step, which is what I'm working on right now. Worry about all those made up things out there. You're going to learn how to bushcraft, self-defend, grow your own things, learn how to use your resources and that sort of thing. You become self-sufficient. So self-trauma discovery quickly, self-awareness, acceptance, love, motivation, care, confidence, sufficiency. Boom, you're on the other side of that trauma. Radical transformation.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Because she probably will any second now.
I just rolled it.
Okay, see, told you. So, thank you so much, Radicalist Jamie Lane, for that. That was awesome. We're going to bring in now Miss Oracle. Unmute yourself, the Oracle of Apollo. So what do you want to do today? You got a reading? You got some angel numbers? What do you want to do?
I would love to do readings for anybody who would care for one. Let me know in the comment section below. This is always, I think, a highlight of my day on this show. But I want to talk about summer solstice real quick and letting you know what energies are coming in.
Okay.
Let's do it. All right, so we're about to come into summer solstice. That is June 21st for us living in the United States. And that is when the sun is going across the sky and it is taking the longest transition into night. So this is the longest day of the year. I'm going to show you guys a really fun card of Betty White jumping in front of the sun. This is the sun card. It is the embodiment of playfulness, youthfulness, adventure, joy seeking. Joy seeking is very important right now in my life. I'm rebuilding and I am living in a space of joy. So what does that mean, living in a space of joy? When we continue to calibrate to things that feel pleasurable. Oracle, how do I calibrate to things that feel pleasurable? Is recognizing the things that don't feel pleasurable. It is recognizing what you don't want, the people around you who drain your energy. And then when you align yourself with people who actually give energy back to you and you feel even at a higher vibration than you did than before initially seeing them, recognizing that is my pleasure. eating for pleasure. What does that mean? Aren't I going to gain a bunch of weight if I just eat everything that I want to, that's going to please me? No, because when you eat things that make you feel pleasurable, your body feels good afterwards. You don't feel bloated. You don't have problems with digestion. You don't get upset tummy, nothing like that. You don't overeat. You eat the things that feel good in your body and that feel good to your soul and that resonate with you. I'm going to do this for Lori just in a moment. For your oldest son, I don't understand that. Are they passed? Because I don't do third party things. So if this is for you and they've passed, then that makes sense, but not if it's just for them and they're not present. So as far as the solstice goes, we think of this as a pagan holiday. However, it has been an ancient holiday where the Mayans, the Druids, ancient Egypt, and I'll give you the Sphinx as an example. On summer solstice day, the sun will come across the sky and illuminate the Sphinx's crown, letting us know this is the time of illumination. The sun is casting away all the shadows. This is when we get the most amount of light inside of ourselves. This is when we can tap into our daring, our adventure, our playfulness. This time of the year wants you naturally to go outside. It always wants you to discover. It always wants you to elevate in your joy. So be present with that energy. That's why it's here. Use it to your advantage. Now let's get into some readings. Who wants a reading? Destiny is here. She always loves readings. I will pull you a card, Destiny. Let Lauren know in the comment section below if you want a reading, and if so, yeah, let's do it. All right, for Destiny, well, she has the release card. Very interesting. The end of a phase or situation. Spiritual transformation, time to move on. Destiny, you're actually letting go of you kicking yourself in the butt. This hypercriticism has kept you in a space of indecision for a long period of time. Choices are difficult for you to make. There's just too much air in your body. Letting that sun energy come inside of you is going to allow you to see things more clearly, to have more fortuitiveness, to have more confidence, and to have more strength to move forward. And like Lauren said earlier about those choices, to pick a path. Bring warmth in your body. You have release. This is the angel Azrael coming forward. So that's what I have for Destiny. Let me know in the comment section below. Sherry McQueen in the house. For Sherry McQueen, let's see what we have for you, my beautiful friend. She has a 7 of fire. Defend your beliefs and decisions. Stand your ground. Choose your battles wisely. Sherry McQueen, you are fighting a battle against authenticity, against other people trying to knock down your authenticity or disbelief or not put faith into what you're doing and what you're growing into. And you're going to know this is to be true because you're going to have tension right here in the trapezius for you on the right-hand side, which is your energy of action. Defending your beliefs doesn't mean that you have to get aggressive. It doesn't mean that you have to get angry. As a matter of factly, you can just walk away from people who are continue to suppress who you are or minimize what you do or even ridicule what you do. Knowing who you are and what you're bringing to the table is going to become so second nature that the thought patterns of other people will no longer influence you, affect you. As a matter of fact, you'll become so detached in that the reality is that what they think about you doesn't matter to begin with. The only thing you should be worried about is what you think about you. What other people think about you is never relevant. So that's what I have for Sherry McQueen. Let me know in the comment section below if that resonates with you. Not a passing me, support and prayers. Yeah, I can't do third-party readings. I can do a reading for you, Whitney, but not on behalf of somebody else that's not present. I like a reading, please. It'll be my first. Tia. All right, for Tia. You have the King of Fire, motivational, idealistic, ambitious, charismatic. For you right now, it's very, very important to focus all of your energy into one area of your life. Communicate with vision, be a leader, advice from someone creative. So I feel like there are things that are absorbing your time, your energy, or are attempting to distract you. But I feel like you also need that little push of confidence. So I feel like bringing somebody in who is a creative visionary or a mentor, someone like myself or like Lauren, to come in and kind of bring you some focus. I smell perfume. Actually, I smell cologne. Whew, that's strong. Okay, or bringing that energy into focus is going to allow you to, I see a gift. What's interesting because I talked about the unveiling of our gifts. I feel gift unveiling for you, but it's going to make you uncomfortable because it's something new for you. But allow yourself to dive into that energy and to open the present, open the gift that's here. Hi, Robert. I would be interested. Robert, more balance in your life right now. Angel Zadkiel. Balance of moderation, cooperation, compromise. Wait for perfect timing. Don't become impatient on what you're building because otherwise you're going to be building on sand. If you build on sand, it's just going to collapse. Robert, what I want to say to you is to keep doing deep breathing exercises, do runs, do walks. I want your cardiovascular system to become stronger, because I feel like this is going to strengthen you and help you sit stronger in your seat of your power. Because I feel like you're diminished a little bit right now. It's kind of like you're hiding in this little box. So deep breathing exercises for you, Robert, is going to bring back your power. So that's what I have for Robert. You are so welcome, Tia. On point. Nailed it. Sherry McQueen, my usual, 100% as usual. And Destiny says, beautiful. Thank you. Clap face. All right. You guys are so welcome. Namaste.
Okay. We got Jamie. Tracy had to dip out because her show starts in 10 minutes. So she said goodbye to everybody. She'll see you next month or in the next hour if you head over to the Whole Living Show right here on the E360 network. So some good stuff out there today as far as readings for folks. Oracle, thank you so much for that. And so, excuse me. So let's talk about, we got about 9 minutes left.
Yeah, we do have 9 minutes left, and I'm going to shameless plug like Tracy did. Tonight at 7 p.m., I'm bringing on Sonny Von Cleveland, and he's going to be talking all about his supernatural story on my show, Divine Encounters. So if you love paranormal, you love supernatural, you love mysticism, or you have no freaking clue, you want to just come and be a skeptic, come tonight and check it out. And plus, you guys will get another group reading.
Oh, there you go. Speaking of another reading, James Cooley showed up. Hey, James.
All right. Hey, James. I feel like James is in, before I even pull a card, I could see him riding a bicycle. When I see the symbolism of a bicycle is like riding, like the phrase, once you learn how to ride a bike, you never forget how to learn how to ride a bike. So I feel like there's something that maybe you stopped doing, but you're about to do again, but you already know what to do. You have the Page of Water, a new person enters your life. So if this is a new love, it could be that's it. You've been in love before and you're going into new love. Although the Page of Water could symbolize something new, doing something new in general that you're going to feel passionate about. A new phase begins in your life and heightened psychic abilities. So if this is abilities, intuition, or instincts coming through, this is something that you've done in the past that you're going to be doing again. So this is, of course, prediction. So it might not resonate, but put it in a little pin and see how it unfolds for you in the summer. But definitely, you're getting into a place where you're going to be familiar or reacquainted with something from the past.
Okay. Hey, I have a feeling somebody, and this is for both of you, the ladies, the experts, to chime in on as we round out today's Ask the Expert segment. Removing toxic influences. I don't know why, but I just feel like that's a great way for us to move out today as we go about our day. So, anybody feeling anything about what's on the screen? That includes
Go ahead, Jamie.
out there watching. Put it in
I'll just say something real quick. If it does not feel comfortable, you don't have to know why. You don't have to explain to anybody. No is a complete sentence. You get rid of it. Remove it from your life. It is okay. It is okay. It doesn't matter if you've known this person 20 years, 10 years, what kind of relationship. I know it can be awkward to break up. If you can't deal with it yet, don't. It's okay. Get to when you can, but remove it in the meantime and focus on yourself. Love yourself.
Oh, that's beautiful.
What about you, Laura?
I have this question or this situation come up a lot in my coachees. And what I like to ask people, or what I like to frame for people, is ask yourself, why? So why are you continuing this relationship? Is it out of obligation? Is it out of guilt? Is it out of shame? Is it out of need? Find your why, because then when you're able to answer why they're in your life still, you'll go, oh man, so really we've become different people, but I feel obligated to them because of how much time we've spent together. But and then I go, aren't you living this incarnation for pleasure? Aren't you living this incarnation for joy? Yes, I am. So therefore, if that doesn't feel pleasurable to you and you don't bring joy from it, what value does it really bring into your sphere? And if you're doing something out of a program, if you're doing something out of obligation, then that's a low vibrational thing. So that's going to create in your life, the like attracts like, and you're going to bring more people to be responsible for. You're going to bring in more situations to be responsible for that don't feel good to you. Right. And so when you are able to then answer that question, you can slowly move out of it. If, like Tracy said, if you're not a cold turkey kind of person, you can stop answering their phone calls immediately. That I feel like that's a lot of first steps for a lot of people, baby steps to wean off of the the addiction of the drama of having that person in your life. Answer their phone call tomorrow. Answer their text in 5 hours. Start to separate yourself. Become busy. That time that you would have used to be diminished by them or to get your energy drained by them, use that time for something creative. Dancing, singing, drawing, learning a new skill, expressing yourself. When we have a vacuum, we have to pour into it. Otherwise, universe is going to put just anything in there. You don't want just anything in there. The same way you wouldn't just let any spices go into your soup. It is calculated spices that go into the soup because you want to enjoy what you are eating. True. So that's what I have for that.
All righty. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And I guess I'll close things out today. I'll say this because both of you referred to people. But I remember what was holding me back for decades were those subtle toxic influences that did not come within a person's body or spirit. They came from practiced things or rehearsals that no longer or never ever served me. For instance, when I was transitioning from a world of drug abuse, I didn't realize until 2 years into my sobriety that I was still driving through the same neighborhoods to get somewhere that used to take me to my dealer's house. And I'm like, I don't even fuck around over here anymore. Right. Why am I going way through all these surface streets when I could stay straight on the freeway and get to where I'm going in less than half the time? And so it was those little things because I was doing it out of practiced purpose. And sometimes we forget that we have to practice in order to be on purpose. And so I just want to say, don't be duped about, things that don't come dressed the way you think they should be dressed or look the way you think they should look. To thine own self be true. Be as honest as you possibly can at any given moment. And the reason that is so important, because for the Bible believers and that sort of thing, and we all know as spiritualists that it's at the beginning of our stories. If you're an atheist, it's once upon a time. And if you're a believer, it's in the beginning. But no matter what you believe, every story had a beginning. Go all the way back to square one. And why is that so important? Because every moment that we've ever lived, every version that we've ever been, led us to each other right here. So we must bless everything. How could it have ever? Nothing could have been bad, or else we wouldn't be here together. You see, it all works together, and it's never about just one thing. So take that with you. Love you guys. We need to decide on you guys who's got a calendar handy.
I got one.
What's the middle Wednesday of July? So we can
13th.
So July 13th.
Yeah, it's the second Wednesday. There's 4 Wednesdays. Yep.
Okay. Is that good for everybody?
Should be good for me.
Perfect. We'll let Tracy and Tim know. And now you know. I want to thank all of you for being here with us today.
Thank you, everyone.
We absolutely love it. Yes. And we love you. And there's nothing you can do about that. But I want you to get out today and be the very best version of yourself. Get out today and be the blessing that you'd like to see sitting on your doorstep this time tomorrow. God bless you all. Have a great day. I'll see you out front on the porch at 8 a.m. tomorrow for another illuminated conversation right here on Bathrobe Moments. Thanks, Dominique. Thank you, Jamie. Thanks.
Yep.
We'll see
Thank you, Lauren.
All right. Bye-bye.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you.